Good morning, students. My name is Dr. P. Brahmam, lecturer in Government Degree College, Ramannapet. Today, let's learn about the river and stream ecosystems. River and stream ecosystems. You see, the running water, that is lotic water of a stream or a river, is usually well oxygenated because it has a large surface area to absorb oxygen from the air. The various components of a river or a stream ecosystems are as follows. Simply we have to see abiotic components and biotic components, producers, consumers and decomposers. In the ecosystem, whichever ecosystem you have to go, the three primary biological factors are there, that abiotic components and biotic components, as well as in that biotic component means producers and consumers and decomposers. Abiotic factors are quite different. The running water of a stream or a river is usually well oxygenated because it has a large surface area to absorb oxygen from the air. The various components of river or a stream ecosystem are as follows simply. That is abiotic factors. I am showing here. These biotic components are the non simply river systems. These systems here includes the factors, the various components of rivers or a streams ecosystems there. The abiotic components are the non-living factors such as soil, water, light, temperature. Biotic components. The biotic components are the living factors. The living components are the plants and animals. The biotic components are the are of three types. Namely producers, consumers and decomposers. Producers, consumers and decomposers. Producers. The producers are the plants. They synthesize food by photosynthesis. The plants include phytoplankton, algae, water plants, etc. In swift water floating populations of plankton are generally absent. The consumers are the animals. Three types. The consumers here you have to see what that consumers. The consumers are the animals that consumes of our two types, namely herbivorous and carnivorous. The animals includes nymphs of insects, beetles and snails, freshwater mussels, fishes, frogs, water snakes and turtles and birds, etc. Decomposers. Several bacteria and fungi represent this group. The decomposers break the dead bodies of plants and animals. So these rivers is a streaming water. A stream is always a floating water. Floating water or water current is there. Floating water or water current is there. So here you see the river ecosystem. The river always releases some water from that side. River and streams biology, then bibliography refers to common, and river ecosystem is science or simply river stream ecosystem of the world. The river streams ecosystem is a major ecosystem in the world. Simply the river is always a floating water ecosystems. These systems we consumes the streams. Geographically the systems are quite different from one environment conditions to the another environmental conditions. These environmental conditions is essential, must and should for the streams. See here, the streams are quite different from one place to the another place. Here I am showing, my dear students, see here in the slide, a beautiful river is there. A beautiful river is there. That beautiful river, a river and stream ecosystem. The running water of a stream or a river is usually well oxygenated because it has a large surface area to absorb oxygen from the air. The various components of a river or stream ecosystems are as follows: that abiotic components, the biotic components are the non-living factors such as soil, water, light, temperature, etc. That in that abiotic factors, these are all the major factors of abiotic factors. Simply, what is that abiotic factors? Components are the non-living factors such as soil, water, light, temperature. Such as soil, water, light, temperature, all these are plays a major role in the ecosystems, because the non-living soil is gives the stability of a living organisms of plants. Living abiotic factors, biotic factors, that water and light and temperature. A light is the main source for the entire universe. A light is the entire source for the energy in entire universe. That's why in the entire universe the living components are the plants and animals. That biotic components are of three types, namely producers, consumers and decomposers. Producers, consumers and decomposers also. The producers are the plants, they synthesize the food by photosynthesis. The plants include phytoplankton, algae, water plants, etc. In swift water, floating populations of planktons are generally absent. In these consumers, the consumers are the animals. The consumers are of two types, that is herbivorous and carnivorous. In the herbivorous, the herbivorous purely depending upon the plants because they are vegetarians plants. The carnivorous purely depending upon the animals. So this is the simply the ecosystem of a river and stream ecosystems. All are there: producers, consumers and decomposers. In the consumers also sometimes different, the primary consumers and secondary consumers and tertiary consumers. Primary consumers and secondary consumers and tertiary consumers are there. Like this, the consumers, primary, secondary and tertiary consumers are also there. In that manner, all the consumers, those who are the expecting of these types, the river and streams, the streams and rivers are the combination. The streams comes from the where different places and sink in the rivers simply. Those are many more the talking into a consideration of a determination of water bodies. A program on conservation of a wetlands was stated in simply. Here conserving the types of simply rivers are many more types, and as well as the streams are types. Some the streams are big streams and small streams are there. In this Godavari river is there, and Krishna river is there, and Mahanandini river is there, the Hooghly river is there, the Velar Istori river is there, and Makkudi river is there. These are all the zones. That rivers also having some zones, that littoral zone and light zone and fresh zones. These zones are immediately passing through of the systems. So these streams, and see my dear students, ecosystem in the streams, you clearly observe. I am expanding my slide for the ecosystem, the river ecosystem or a stream ecosystem. These are depending upon one and each other. The river ecosystem And the stream ecosystem are one by one. The streams are sink in the rivers. The streams are sink in the rivers. Simply, rivers. The rivers are a river ecosystem that the stream ecosystem power the frequency ecosystems, river ecosystems, and science simply it is there. The system of a ecosystem, river ecosystem and stream ecosystem, as well as the estuarian ecosystems. That ecosystem is simply forbidden mode. In these modes, the systems and removals are all are river ecosystems, but all are river ecosystems. These river ecosystem is penetrating for the streams. Streams also having the producers and consumers and decomposers. Streams. The stream ecosystem also having producers and consumers. By taking into the consideration of determination of water bodies, a program on conservation of a wetlands. Conservation of a wetlands was initiated in 1987 with the basic objectives of a assessment of wetlands resources, identification of wetlands of national importance days. These wetlands also sometimes having in between middle places streams are there. Streams are there in the wetlands. So that is simply the rivers and stream ecosystems. These streams and river ecosystems, the more soil is there, in that soils more dwelling natures and depending on drivers creation and such as geomorphical structures. These structures and especially by the flowing stages of the rivers. So this is the one of the structure of river and stream ecosystems, river and stream ecosystems.